The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to today's information session on Oregon State University's Master of Engineering and Engineering Management program, offered by Oregon State's College of Engineering and delivered 100% online through Oregon State eCampus. I just wanted to introduce the group that's here today. My name is Rebecca Badger. I'm with Oregon State's eCampus, and I'm joined by my colleague Amy Thies, also from eCampus, and Ian Ng with the College of Engineering School of Mechanical, Industrial, and Manufacturing Engineering. Ian is the program director for our online Masters of Engineering program, and we will be facilitating today's information session. So you'll see today's agenda for what we plan on covering. Our presentation is about 20 minutes long, which allows plenty of time for you to ask any questions, and we can answer those at the end. We're going to provide an overview of the program, the curriculum, the admissions process. We'll go over tuition and financial aid, and we'll give you an overview of Oregon State University and eCampus. And we encourage you to take this opportunity to ask any questions to ensure that you're fully informed about the program. And you can do so by typing your questions as they come to mind in the chat box, and we'll address them at the end during the Q&A segment. If you happen to have a question that's personal to you that we might need to follow up with you, we'll be sure to do that after the session is over. So you'll see also that there is a link that we entered into we actually had to update the URL for the text captioning service, so we entered that into the chat box. If you need to access that service, there is the URL there. And now that we've taken care of the agenda, we'll go ahead and get started. And I'm going to turn it over to Ian for an overview of the program.
Thanks, Rebecca. I'm Ian Ng. As Rebecca already told you, I'm the program director for this program. Before we delve into the entire program, let's just address a little bit on why do you want to do this program. There's quite a little bit of research into the so-called the shelf life of engineer. So the research actually look at how engineers progress through their career, at what point do they drop off engineering and whatnot. One thing that they found is that generally between 2 to 5 years into your engineering career, engineers will begin to think about some type of career advancement, either into a managerial position or into a technical position. To go into technical position, most engineers will go and get a master's degree or even a PhD degree in their technical career in the engineering undergraduate engineering degree that they did. Now, to go into managerial position, which I assume most of you are since you're already participating in this webinar, you will need some kind of management-focused advanced degree. So if you look around on the internet and talk to those who have some form of advanced degree or managerial-related degree, you will most likely see that the 3 managerial-focused programs that offer around this country: the technology management, MBA, and engineering management. Now, the quandary of which degree should you get, that's when it begins. The difference between these 3 degree programs stems from the ultimate end goal of this program. In technology management, you look at how you manage the technology itself. You look at the life cycle of technology, the marketing of the technology, you try to predict the technology S-curve. And from there, you will try to manage the research and development of this technology. Bottom line is, in technology management, you will be managing the technology itself. MBA is the most frequently heard and discussed advanced degree that has managerial aspect to it, and you have heard a lot about it here and there. MBA degree focus on the general business management. MBA is not tailored for any specific field. Courses in an MBA generally include a wide range of topics in running a business, and you might probably learn some materials that you probably will not be using it anytime soon in your technical career. In engineering management, we focus on managing the people who have highly technical skills, highly technical backgrounds, and the people who are working on the technology itself. In engineering management, you look at how to manage a technical workforce, how to manage a production, how does the decision-making works in a technical organization, and also looking at capital budgeting. How do you spend the money? What kind of machinery do you need to meet the requirement you have? We also look at problem solving, but at a managerial level. Solving problems that involve more than just a technical problem that we're trained to do in our undergraduate degree. We solve the problems that involve human, machine, technical constraints, budgetary constraints, and also other socio-technical constraints. And at the same time, we also need to look at how do you satisfy the customer's need and also keep the organization afloat. That is what we do in engineering management. We manage the people that manages the technology. Now, why earn your engineering management master degree? If you remember, in a good old time, when engineers, scientists, or technical personnel, if they're doing an outstanding job, most likely the organization, as a reward, will promote them to a managerial position. They generally believe that if technically you're excellent, you should somehow miraculously know how to manage people. Now, this general belief is, you probably have heard a lot of jokes about bad managers, bad engineers being a manager. And that's the problem. Managing technical workforce is very different than managing a technical job itself. When you're managing a technical workforce, you need a different set of skills. This is where the engineering management program comes in. We cover the basic of how to manage people with technical background. Another question that I often heard from people is that, will engineers be a good manager? The answer is definitely yes. Engineering education provides us with a lot of analytical and problem-solving skills that we also need to manage a technical workforce. An engineering management program actually helps you translate the skill set that you have in managing in analytical skills and problem-solving skills. We help you translate that into managing the human side. Another advantage for us engineers going into the managerial position is that you have a technical background. You know exactly the people who you are managing. You know exactly what they're doing. You will be able to tell if they're not telling you what they need to tell you. That's the advantage of being an engineer and going into the managerial position. Now, the benefit of Oregon State's Engineering Management Program, as Rebecca mentioned earlier, this program is entirely online. The way that we design this program is that we design it for working professionals. We understand that you have your job demand. We understand that you may not be able to spend 40 hours a week just on your coursework. So we design it in this way. Throughout the program, you will not be asked to get online at a certain fixed time. As long as you have consistent internet, you can get online once, at least twice a week, do whatever you need to do, you will be fine in this program. Now, another important point about our program here in OSU is that we practice what we teach. The very first thing we did with this program is that we standardize the deadline for all your assignments. Once you get into this program, for the next 2 to 3 years, you can think of Monday, 10 p.m. Pacific time as the absolute drop dead deadline. Meaning you can work everything, you can plan your life around it, knowing that every Monday you will have some form of assignment due, if there is one. If not, you will know that Monday, 10 p.m. Pacific time is the time where all your graded assignment will be due. So we standardize that for you to make your life easier. Another point about our program is that our faculty who develop all these courses and teaching all these courses, we are also actively doing research in engineering management. We have active industry research, even though I can't tell you which companies we're working with because of the NDA, but we're actively doing research in engineering management with a lot of local organizations. The result from what we did, the research result, we translate that and incorporate that into our engineering management program. Now, the other part about we practice what we teach is that we are also responsive to our customer. In this case, it's the students' needs. Based on this past summer, the course offering that we did, we realized that summer is really not a good time to offer mathematical intensive course. Because even though you guys are working professional, you also have family commitment. That's usually when the kids get out of school, they want to go summer program and this and that. So even working professional, you don't have a summer off. It's not that easy to find time to do mathematical intensive course. So we're looking into reorganizing this part, and hopefully within the next few years, we can get that down so that it can be easily done for working professional. The curriculum. To complete a master's degree in Oregon State University, you will need to complete 45 graduate degrees. If you were to take one course per quarter, this will take you about 3 years to complete the degree. Oregon State University, unlike a lot of universities out there, we actually operate on what we call a quarter system. There are 4 quarters in a year, and each quarter is 10 weeks in terms of learning and 1 week for the final exam. So the pace for quartering system is a lot faster. A lot of our current students are taking only 1 course per quarter. And as you know, in engineering, sometimes some courses have a lot heavier load than the other. This is engineering after all. So you are looking at about 10 to 12 hours a week of work for 1 course. This includes the time that you need to do your assignment, to read the material that you need, do research, participating in discussion boards, so on and so forth. So we strongly recommend working professionals to take only 1 course per quarter so that you can get the most out of this program. In terms of the curriculum, we group our courses in two major groups. The first one is what we call Engineering Management Core. These are 15 credits, and any student that wants a degree in engineering management from OSU must take these 4 courses. Of these 4 courses, the Introduction to Management for Engineers and Scientists, this is a required course. This is a prereq to all the other courses that you'll be taking for this program. The other group is what we call the elective courses. We have 30 credits of elective courses. For elective courses, you can pick and choose which one you like. However, if you want to do this program 100% online, at this point in time, these 30 credits are those that we have that are offered entirely online. Quick featuring of one of the faculty. This is Dr. Ganapati Natarajan. He goes by Gana. He will be the very first person that you interact with when you enroll in this program, because he's the one who is teaching the introduction to management for engineers and scientists. Now, Gana has been teaching engineering management for quite a while. He's actually a certified professional engineering manager, certified professional engineering manager for the American Society for Engineering Management. And some of his current research, he looks at sustainability in manufacturing, sustainability in small, medium enterprise, and he also looks into critical thinking and self-reflection for engineering students. That's his research area. In terms of admission, we require that all students that we accept into this program must have a STEM degree background, which is either in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics background. It's important to have strong math background. If you don't have that, even though you come from a STEM degree, we can work on some leveling courses for you. When you apply, go to the graduate school website. Under the planned course of study, select industrial engineering and the eCampus online, that particular planned course of study. Just a quick note, engineering management as in itself, generally it's not as big as other type of engineering. Engineering management generally is housed under what we call industrial engineering department. That's usually how it works in all the engineering programs across the country. When you apply, also make sure that you have a reference letter. You need 3 references, and make sure that you clear it with them before you put their name in, so that at least 2 of them will actually write a reference letter for you, because we actually look at the reference letter. And for GRE scores, if your degree is not from any undergraduate program in the US or is not ABET accredited, then you will need the GRE score. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about the GRE score.
Thank you so much. This is Amy Thies. I wanted to share a little bit of information about the total financial investment for the Master in Engineering Management. As you can see, our tuition for this academic year is $576 per credit, and since most courses are about 4 credits, you're looking at $2,304 for one course. And as Dr. Ng mentioned, frequently people take 1 course each term. You might notice on our website and here on our webinar slide, we want to just address when you see anything that says additional fees and things like that would be charged to you. I just want to share with you that there is an application fee for the graduate school, and students are responsible for textbooks or supplemental resources that they may use in a class, just like they are at any other institution. And the only other fee you'll see is a matriculation fee. That's $350 charged to you during your first term of enrolling in classes here. And that's a fee that actually all Oregon State University students pay that are seeking a degree with us. This program is eligible for financial aid, so I have a couple of resources here. We do have a financial aid office here at Oregon State University. You can connect with them at the phone number here or the website listed here to ask any questions about your award letter. If you're looking for general information about federal aid or any other types of scholarships, I actually encourage you to start first with studentaid.ed.gov. That website really houses all of the eligibility requirements and what to do if you don't meet the eligibility requirements, as well as you'll have some really great resources to search for national scholarships, state scholarships, and things like that. So now I'm going to have Rebecca Badger talk to you a little bit more about our university. Great, thanks, Amy. So for those of you who are not familiar with Oregon State University, we just wanted to share a few facts about our university. OSU is accredited by the Northwest Commission by colleges and universities, and we have more than 30,000 students. Our main campus is located in Corvallis. We have 2 branch campuses, one in Newport on the coast of Oregon and one in Bend, where our OSU Cascades campus is located. So we're an internationally recognized public research university and one of only 2 land, sea, space, and sun grant institutions in the nation. And you might wonder, what does that mean for you as an OSU student? And what that means is something that Ian referenced earlier. It means that our faculty are really incorporating that leading edge knowledge that they're getting through research, and they're taking that and applying that directly into their courses. So our students are learning from the latest discoveries in science and technology, and we think that's pretty exciting. And OSU eCampus, that's the group that delivers this program online. We offer 20 undergraduate degrees and 23 graduate programs, and we have students studying all over the world. In 2005, we were ranked number 5 in the nation by U.S. News & World Report for undergraduate bachelor's degrees, and that's something that we're particularly proud of, as it speaks to the quality of the programs here at Oregon State and our faculty. Our students that are taking courses online through Oregon State eCampus experience the same rigorous curriculum and are taking classes from the same faculty who teach here as our on-campus students do. And
I just wanted to add to that really quickly, Rebecca. We were, I think you had a little flip up. We were voted number 5 in 2015.
Oh,
I think you said 05. I just want to make sure people didn't think we were still reading that.
Sorry, yes, that is a good point. This year we were ranked number 5 in the nation by U.S. News & World Report. So that's a little bit about Oregon State eCampus. And at this point, we've covered everything that we were hoping to share with you today. And what we'd like to do at this point is to open it up for questions. And if you have a question for Ian or for Amy, you can type it into the chat box, and we will take questions as they come in. And like I mentioned at the beginning, if there's something specific that you're wondering about your particular situation, you can also go ahead and type it into the chat box, and we can follow up with you afterwards as needed. So we'll take any questions that you might have at this point. Might be something that you heard about the program or the curriculum that you are curious to learn a little bit more about, or maybe you're ready to apply and get started, and you are wanting some additional insights as to that process, how that process works. And while we're waiting for people to form their questions, Ian, are there questions that you typically get from students that might be helpful, or what are some of the more common questions that you hear from people who are interested in this program?
One of the more common questions I usually got, I definitely understand where this is coming from. When you're going to grad school, regardless of which graduate school you go for, they usually ask for you to have an undergraduate GPA of 3.0. Anything less than 3.0, a lot of time they will be questioning a lot. Now, for this particular program, we also ask for 3.0. However, I understand that for a lot of engineering students in your undergraduate degree, you might not be as motivated to do well. That's pretty common in engineering. If your GPA is less than 3.0, make sure that your reference letter is very strong. Get people who actually know you, your boss, immediate supervisor, or people who works around you, work with you. Have them write your reference letter, because that really counts. We need to see that you are dependable. We need to see that you are self-motivated. We need to be able to see that you can succeed in this program before we accept students in, because we want to make sure that our students succeed. We don't just accept anybody just for the sake of accepting. We want to make sure that you can actually succeed. So if your undergraduate GPA is not as stellar as a 3.0 or above, make sure that you have very good recommendation letter. That's one of the more common questions I got.
Thank you. I know that you guys just hosted an event this past weekend for students in your program to come to campus and get a chance to meet each other in person. Maybe you can talk a little bit about opportunities like that for students who are in the program to connect with others and the benefit of that.
We generally would have this kind of meet and greet. We call it meet and greet probably twice a year, and we try to do it in either the Corvallis campus, and if later on, if there's a need, we might do it in Portland area. It was a very fun event. We have a number of students that actually come in, and they have been taking classes with other friends for a while, people that you meet online, not really meeting in person. So it was quite an experience for them to actually meet each other and say hi to each other and put a face to the name. And they also get to meet the professor who are teaching the courses, because when we teach, we don't really get to meet you in person as well. So that was a pretty fun event, and students have a lot of fun. And that actually changes quite a bit of the dynamic in the class as well. And this is what we found out from the event.
Great. Thank you.
It looks like we do have a question come in. I'm going to go ahead and share. So there's a person on the line who's curious, as a Corvallis resident, what type of on-campus elective courses are available that can satisfy the curriculum requirements for this online program?
If you're on campus, if you're in Corvallis, it really depends, because we need to sit down and see what classes you want to take, because we have a lot of classes in the industrial engineering department, the School of Industrial Engineering, that area. You can take to satisfy that. For example, the class on lean manufacturing, we actually have an on-campus section, and we also have an e-campus section. The same thing applies for project management. We have an on-campus and we have an e-campus. Those are the two courses. If you want to take it in person, you can take it in person. We can satisfy that. And also there are some other IE classes that you can look into taking that to satisfy it. The most that we can allow is up to 15 credits of non-engineering management courses to satisfy that requirement.
Great. We'll see if any other questions come in. Looks like we must have done a really good job of answering everybody's questions up front in your presentation, Ian. There is one more question it looks like.
Sure. So the next question is, are some of the credit classes transferable to a PMP certificate?
At this point, we're not working with a project management professional, the PMP Society, on that. And however, if you are certified PMP, we can waive the requirement to take the project management class. However, you need to take another class to make it up for that. But none of our credits are actually transferable to any kind of certificate at this point.
Thank you so much, and I'm sure that you have noticed that we've added some resources to the screen here, so you can find out more about how to apply, when to apply. You can look at the website for this specific degree program and see if there's any more information there.
And it looks like we don't have any other questions coming in, so if there's something that comes up after this session and you want to reach out directly to Ian or to our eCampus office, please feel free to do that. We're looking forward to hearing from you, and thank you so much for attending. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go, we do have one more question.
So the question is, do you have to begin the program at a certain time, or can you start during any quarter of the academic year?
Great question.
You can start during any quarter of the academic year. We make sure that we offer the introduction to engineering management to scientists and engineers in every quarter. As long as you start and taking that course, that will be fine. Now, in terms of application, regardless of which quarter you want to get in, I strongly recommend that you have your application, to complete the application in at least 8 weeks before you want to begin. Even though graduate school will take it at 30 days, but I strongly recommend 8 weeks. That will allow you enough time to get the textbook that you need and which other resources that you will need.
Great question. Okay. Well, thank you all for attending today's information session about Oregon State's Master of Engineering and Engineering Management program. And we will be sending, and you will receive an email with a link to the recording within 24 hours of this session. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks so much.